I'd like to introduce our special speaker today. Please, Mr. Asha. We are really very honored to have Sister Asha with us today. She has started her spiritual journey since she was 9 years old. She started following the spiritual principles. She finished her master's degree in sociology in 1972. She was teaching in a very important college called Carmel University in Delhi. She decided to surrender actually her life to the Brahmakumaris to give more of her time and energy to build a value-based society. She always believed in ethics, in values, and the noble cause behind her surrendering is actually helping in creating a better world.
Om Shanti. Good evening. I will begin my talk with a moment of silence in the beginning. Let us concentrate on the self, that I am a peaceful being. Om Shanti. Salam. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. I'm indeed very glad to be with you this evening, sharing my thoughts on the most important topic, I would like to say, which is of concern to one and all, and that is overcoming overthinking. This is the order of the day now. I remember when we were studying in university, we had exchange program in which the professors from America used to visit our country, and from our country, professors used to go to America. Exchange program was there. And they had the habit of giving comments on our answer sheets, examination papers. And I remember my professor, she used to write, good thinking, you should think more. requires more thinking, and so on. If you ask me, I would say people don't think at all. Thinking is something which has a clear, considered direction of thoughts. We talk about thinkers. So and so is a good thinker. But yet, overcoming overthinking, it means something is amiss somewhere. Either we are not thinking at all, and we are allowing the thoughts to keep arising as and when they come, or we are stagnated, or there's no clear aim and object, no purpose. We talk about purposeful thinking. We talk about positive thinking. We talk about scientific thinking. What is this overthinking? What is it? Before I open this topic, I would like to draw your attention towards who thinks. Who thinks? I was a psychology student, and whenever we asked a professor, "Sir, what is mind?" his answer used to be, "Mind is what mind does." Because in the body, no physiologist would tell you where the mind is located. Yet we talk about mind. Some people say it is the brain which thinks. Mind you, brain by itself is incapable of thinking. Brain by itself is incapable of thinking. If brain was thinking, we would not let any brain die out. Good brain die out. We'll preserve it. I remember from our country, very good scientist Vishweshwaraya ji, when he left his body, scientists wanted to study his brain. They asked the government to give his brain. We did not, because we know it is not the brain that thinks. In the brain, you can record what sort of thinking is going on. Is it erratic? Is it peaceful? Is it violent? All these kinds can be recorded. And from that, you can understand the personality of a person. But brain does not. Then who thinks? Who thinks? A dead body is not capable of thinking. A person is lying dead, dead body does not think. What is it? This is what we call ruh. This is what we call soul. This is what we call spiritual energy, which, when present in the body, it is doing everything. Now, small little prick in my finger gives me the experience of pain. You put my body on fire, nothing happens. When I'm alive, small little prick. But when I'm not there, dead, you put this body on fire, nothing happens to it. So, first thing is who am I? I'm a being, spiritual energy, which is a composite form of mind, intellect, and personality traits. Mind is the thinking faculty of the being. Intellect, the judging faculty. And when I perform actions, the effect of those actions is called personality traits. Now, mind, such a beautiful faculty with which we are blessed. You just see all the things around are the creation of human mind, isn't it? All the beautiful things are the creation of human mind. I take full care. I go to buy a flask. I see to it that it is properly insulated. I buy, if the electricity is on, no one is using it. So please put it off because no one is using it. Tap is running water. No one is using it. You go and close the tap because Kuwait needs water. We take care of all these, which are the creation. How about the creator? Mind. Now you just imagine, you are sitting here. I utter the word home. You are in your home? Yes or no? You are in your home? I now request you to open the tap of your kitchen. Have you done it? Yes? Yes. I also request you to close the tap because water is required. You've done it. You're sitting here. I request you to be at the Times Square in New York. You are there. Those who have visited, you are there. I request you to be in the Albert Hall, London. You are there. I request you to go back to your childhood. Although physically you cannot, but mentally you are there. You are playing cricket, you are playing badminton, you are playing balls. You are there. You're going to school. Physically you cannot. This beautiful faculty called mind, it transcends time and space. It can go into the past, it can go into the future. You did not get up from your seat, You did not get in your car. You did not drive back home, but you were there in your home. Right? Mind. Remember John Keats when he says, "When often on my couch I lie, in vacant and in pensive mood, they flash upon my inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils." At times, you're sitting all alone. No one is around you. You're smiling. You're laughing. And at times, when you're not very happy, there are tears in your eyes, remembering something. What our sister Mona in the introduction, she said, we do not mind our mind. Today's talk will tell us how to take care of this beautiful faculty, which is capable of thinking 65,000 thoughts. 65,000 thoughts per day. I think nearly 30 years back, when we used to talk about mind, we used to say 30,000 thoughts. And now they've doubled, more than double. 65,000 thoughts per day. I ask you a small little question. Out of those 65,000 thoughts, how many are there registered in your mind today? Forget about yesterday. Today, you have had nearly, let's say, 50,000 thoughts. How many are there registered in your mind today? Are you aware of them? Are you aware of such a beautiful faculty with so much potentiality, creating all inventions? What is it doing? You are the masters. You are the masters. What is happening? So much of thought energy, where is it going? We see generally there are positive thoughts, negative thoughts, necessary thoughts, waste thoughts. And sister was mentioning 90% of the thoughts are waste thoughts. There was a research done amongst youth. And surprisingly, it was found 65% of the thoughts in the mind of youth belonged to the past. 20% about future. And only 15% about the present. Which ones should be the maximum ones? Present. This is what we have been taught in our schools. Where is your mind? Be present in the class. What is happening to us? Where is our energy going? We take care of all kinds of energy, and this energy, which is so creative, so powerful, is being wasted. Let us deal with it. Why? Once, this is reminding me, once our chief, she came to our class, and on arrival immediately, she said, after meditation was over, Dadi Chanki, she has visited Kuwait several times. Dadi Chanki, she said, as soon as the white light was on, she said, today I say to you, don't think. Don't think. All of us got surprised. We said, Dadi, who will think about us? We have to think about ourselves. Even then she said, don't think. At that time, I did not find much sense in it, but now I do. This mind, which is like a machine, machine works well when you give it proper program, right? Only then it works, it will work properly. If programming is not okay, how will it work? People try to control mind. And how they do? By way of chanting a mantra, by way of turning the beads of rosary, or trying to concentrate on something. It does not happen. In fact, let me tell you very clearly, we have tried to become thoughtless. There should be no thought in the mind. Dear brothers and sisters, we cannot become thoughtless. We cannot put pressure on the mind. The more pressure you exert, it will be okay as long as the pressure is there. The moment you lift the pressure, it will rebound. Because the nature of mind is to think. And you are stopping it. It does not happen. In fact, to become thoughtless is also a thought, although one singular one. Right? It is also a thought. So, extra thoughts that are arising, just as when you grow a garden, remember, what do you want your mind to be? Do you want your mind to be like a forest? Or you want your mind to be like a garden? Obviously, you will like it to be like a garden, not a forest. Forest grows. Garden is laid. So I have to make a choice. Program. What sort of thoughts I need? My thoughts should be positive. I would make use of the word pure. When I say pure, I mean value-based. My thoughts should be purposeful. Purposeful meaning they should not be meaningless, aimless, but they should have some purpose. How does it happen? When you start watching them, you would have observed whenever your children, you take them for party to someone else's house, and you children are not doing something right, what do? You don't speak, but you just look at them. Isn't it? You just look at them, you're not staring even, you're just looking, and the child understands, I am not to do this. Similarly, treat your mind like a small baby. Keep a watch on it. And when you start watching it, the thoughts become streamlined. Why overthinking is there? Why? Sometimes it is out of fear, out of worry, out of hurry, out of uncertainty, out of fear, fear of the unknown. In India, mothers worry a lot when the children are not back at the right time from school. What has gone wrong? Why is child has not come back? Bus is okay. And some untoward thing has happened. Start thinking. We don't think good. We start thinking negative and weak thinking. The result is just as when your body is infected, you take antibiotics, you take medicine, and it becomes all right. Leave it, infection increases, it travels through the whole body, spoils the whole. Similarly, when you start thinking weak, when you start thinking too much, it becomes a habit with you. More and more and more. And then one day we say, well, I cannot stop my thinking. I think too much. And we become slaves to our own thoughts, making ourselves weaker day by day. And when a person is weak, again, wrong things happen. So this mind needs to be made powerful. Fear. Why fear? Why fear? If I'm afraid of my status, position, why? It was never with me, and it will never remain with me. The status that I enjoy will never remain with me. I got it from the society and I have to leave it in the society. Yes, I am what I am. Why keep worrying? If this happens, if that happens, there are three things. One, comparison. The other one, competition. And the third one, comment, criticism. Comparison, we totally forget that God has made us very unique person. No two fingerprints are alike. God has not made a replica of you. You are so special. But what do? We compare ourselves and bring ourselves down. If she has done this, I must do this. Comparison. How long can you compare? How long? You can stop it. There's a way out. And the way out is what Sister said in the beginning, quoting Albert Einstein. You cannot have the same thinking in solving your problems. Out-of-box thinking is needed. And I'm telling you out of my experience, instead of comparison, change your route, change your way, go for something better. And you have that capacity here. You have it. But we lower our self-esteem and start looking at others and comparing others. Instead, change the route. Let others follow you instead of you following them. This should be the stamina. Raise your self-esteem. By comparing, we land nowhere. We only bring down our, either we become inferiority complex, we develop inferiority complex, or we develop superiority complex. Both are bad. Change the route. Second, competition. How long can you compete? Tell me. You are a unique person in the world. Unique person. How long can you go on for competition? Tell me. You know pretty well, competition leads to cutthroat competition. When nice big companies are wiped out, competition, which is a negative thing. Again, here I would say, God has blessed you with very special, unique qualities, but we have the habit of looking at others. We hardly look at ourselves. How beautifully our sister said. She said, let go of anything, but don't let go your peace inside. When we start comparing, we start competing. Where is our peace? Sleepless nights are spent. She is doing this, I must do this. If she does this, I will do this. How long can you go on? Develop your inner potentiality. Concentrate on it. Give attention to it. Similarly, the third thing, criticism. If someone criticizes me, I feel as though something has happened, some big thing like that. So what? Once I was listening to one lecture of a very experienced person, and he was saying, treat your critics as psychiatrists. They are your psychiatrists. They're not taking any fees from you, but they're telling you what you should be doing. When you accept criticism, look, your friends will never tell you, what corrections you are to bring in yourself. Am I right? Only those who are your critics, they come forward and they speak about you. Accept. They are the ones who are making you go ahead. Because you start giving attention to those things. When you start giving attention to those things, you start improving and working on yourself. You make yourself a better person. Thank you. Shukriya. Shukriya. You said it. Similarly, there are 5 maladies which I will definitely like to share, which make us to overthink. It is lust, anger, greed, attachment, ego. Further on, hatred, jealousy, and so on. Leg pulling, all these things. They make our mind to overthink, extra thinking, which is of no use at all. When the machine is working without producing anything, what will happen? It will go rot, isn't it? Similarly, if this mind overthinks, what will happen to it? Ultimately, we say, well, I never thought this. Why? Why? Dear brothers and sisters, it's a matter to be thought about. WHO says every third person is in depression. Every third person is in depression. Why? Overthinking. Too much thinking. Now, what to do? Number one, accept the things as they are. There was a Chinese philosopher, Confucius, who said, when the wise old men of antiquity, when they wanted to set right their countries, they first wanted to set right their families. When they wanted to set right their families, they wanted to set right themselves first. When they wanted to set right themselves, they thought of setting right their minds first. When they wanted to set right their minds, they designed a formula. The formula was try to see the things as they are. Whatever is happening, whatever is there, just accept. Accept it. When you accept something, then you will be able to respond to it properly. If you are not accepting, you are rejecting, or you are fighting with it, overthinking will begin. So accept. And after accepting, respond to it. Which means, and it is true, our behavior, kindly don't mind, our behavior has become very reactive in nature. It is not responsive. We do not respond, we react. Even before you have stopped saying something, I react. Immediately I react. Why? No. So, instead of being reactive, let me be responsive. Respond. Okay. Second thing, kindly apply little mind. I am my own enemy and I am my own friend. This mind can be my enemy also. This mind can be my friend also. In India, I tell people, this mind that works a lot, do you ever take care of it? Treat your mind like a wounded baby. When a baby is wounded, what do? Do you scold the baby? Do you admonish the baby? Do you punish the baby? You apply ointment, clean the wound, and try to make it okay. This mind, it is overthinking because of hurt. It has been hurt, so it is overthinking. Remove that hurt, treat that hurt. How do you treat that hurt? By giving it balm of good wishes. Understand balm? Balm, ointment. Balm, when headache is there, you apply balm, isn't it? So tiger balm is very famous. So when something happens, apply ointment, apply that medicine. Be tender. Don't be harsh towards your mind. Don't be harsh with it. We need to tame our mind. Talk to the mind. Self-conversation. This mind will become your friend. When there's so much confusion, you're not clear. Clear thinking is not there. Topsy-turvy. So much confusion is there. Naturally, lots and lot of thinking will go on. When your mind is not stable, it has no equipoise. It is not in balance. Overthinking will occur. Need to stabilize our mind. Need to keep it in balance. How do we do it? I'll tell you a bit later. Third thing, overthinking happens when we don't get immediate results. We want results immediately. Mind you, I do not know what is in Kuwait, but I know in my country, people have become very impatient. They are very tolerant. They are tolerant, but over the years, they have become very impatient. I tell you one small little example. In India, we have Maruti cars. And when the new car was commissioned, it was on the road. It is Delhi, and the real fact. In Delhi, Delhites are fond of writing something behind their cars. They like to write something or the other. So I was on the road traveling, and I saw one car. It said, "God, give me patience." So immediately thought came to my mind, oh, Delhi walas are becoming very sensible people, asking God to give me patience. But the next line was, but hurry up. God, give me patience, but hurry up. This is our patience. This is our patience. It's a true thing. True thing. So over the years, we have become tolerant, but we have lost patience. We want immediate results. They don't happen. You sow a seed. I remember when we were small children, we used to ask our gardener and a mango tree, how will this mango grow? He used to say, you just put the seed in the under the earth, and after 2 or 3 days, mango will come out. But we were so impatient. What we used to do? Dig it. And when we dug it, gone. Same thing happens with us. Due to impatience, we lose the results and starts thinking too much. Well, I tried this, I tried that also. Nothing happened. How will it happen? You are basically impatient. Be patient. Be a little patient. Results will come. Sometimes you say, sister, positive thinking, I have lots of good wishes for so and so. But that person always retaliates, always is against me, always opposing me. Be patient. Give little time. Give little time. Remember, remember, whatever you do, it comes back to you. If you do good, good will come back to you. If you do bad, bad will come back to you. And it is the law of karma. As you sow, so shall you reap. So if I'm doing good karma, why should I worry? Why should I worry? My karma is not going to go anywhere. It will bring back the results. If I sow thorns, how will I get corns? I will sow nice seeds to get nice results. So we need to give attention to our karma also. And one word Sister Mona had mentioned in the beginning, and I would say, dear brothers and sisters, we need to keep clear conscience. You cannot throttle the neck of your conscience. Conscience will keep you biting. I give you a small little example. Supposing there is a person, vendor selling vegetables in the area where I'm residing. No? Okay? Yeah. Supposing there is a vegetable vendor from whom I buy vegetables daily, and he charges me more. I know pretty well that he charges me more, but out of convenience, I buy from him. I don't go to the wholesale market. One fine day, let's say Eid day, he's having brisk business. I give him 100 rupee note and buy my things, and in return, unknowingly, he gives me 100 rupees back without deducting anything. He gives me back. Now I coolly take that 100 rupees and put it in my purse and come back, thinking this man has been charging me extra every day. So today he is gone. Now what happens? Every time I pass through that shop, tell me one thing. The bell will ring here that you are having 100 rupees of him with you. Bell will ring here or not? Yes or no? Yes. It will continue to ring until I have returned those 100 rupees. Similarly, I cannot go against my conscience. When I go against my conscience, overthinking will result. Negative thinking will result. Wasteful thinking will result. So, keeping this attention and freeing ourselves from basic maladies, inculcating values in our life, it is these things that enable me to have positive, pure, purposeful thinking. And I do not waste my time on overthinking. We are taught two words, not and dot. Not and dot. What you feel is non-essential, say no to it. No. And put a stop, dot. It is difficult to put question mark. It is difficult to put exclamation mark. Very easy to put a dot. Full stop. But to put a full stop, you require a lot of strength, lot of shakti, lot of power. How do we get this? I mentioned one or two, accepting. Number two, I cannot change anything. I have full control over myself. I have no control over others. Do you have to tell me? Do you have control over others? Anyone? No. I can have control over self. Third thing, the remote of happiness is in my hands. I'm not to give the remote of my happiness in others' hands. If they want me to be happy, I'll be happy. If they want to be unhappy, I'll be unhappy. No. I'm the master of my life. Number 4, observe traffic control of thoughts. From now and then, throughout the day, 4 or 5 times, just open the computer of your mind. Stand back, we call it SOS method. Stand back, observe and steer. Stand back, just see what is going around in the mind, on the computer. If things are not to your liking, watch them, observe them, and give them a direction. Third thing, when we are sitting in silence, overthinking occurs when we do not find solutions. Solutions are not lying anywhere outside. They are inside. And when we say out-of-box thinking, you remember when we were small children, we were asked to join 9 dots. And what was the trick? We had to go out of those 9 dots outside and then start joining. Remember? Similar. If you are in the same sort of thinking, you cannot find solution. Go out. Going out means giving space to silence. My experience is when you sit in silence, then intuition starts working. All of us are intuitive. All of us. We have this beautiful thing with us, but we don't allow it to work because we overthink. We think too much. When we are thinking too much, it does not, intuition does not work. So allow this intuition to work. This intuition brings solutions. Okay? And last, when I'm not able to do anything, what to do? Put a stop. Full stop. Not and dot, I said, no. Put a full stop. Nothing can happen. Stop. Maybe the time is not right. Maybe it's not the accurate time. Wait. Be patient. So with these words, I put an end to my talk here. And I would say, give little exercise to your mind, mental muscle. Just as we need to give exercise to the body, similarly, give exercise to this mind. And that exercise is trying to silence it. Slow down thinking. It should not be erratic. It should not be fast. Slow it down. When you slow it down, you have control over it. Don't try to control your mind. Just observe it and give it a direction. Okay? I give you a small little exercise in the end. Can you draw a circle? Imaginary circle in your mind? Yes? Yeah. You have done it? Now write the name of the person who you love the most. Okay? Write the name of the person who you love the most. You have done it?
Yes.
Okay. Now draw another circle. Bigger than that. Write the name of the person who you love the second most. Done it? Now third circle. Still bigger. Write the name of the person who you love the third most. Done it? Okay, can anyone share? Can anyone share? Yes?
First circle, I put my mom.
Mother,
Second, myself.
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay,
Third, my children.
your children. Anyone else? Yes?
Myself, my parents, and my children.
Myself, my parents. How many of you in the first circle wrote your own name? Raise your hands. See, very few. Love yourself. When you love yourself, you will take care of your mind. If there is scar on the face, what do? You immediately remove it, no? Similarly, if there is any wound on the mind, you love yourself. When you love yourself, you will immediately remove it. Okay? Love yourself, respect yourself. Respect begets respect, love begets love. So keep giving blessings to everyone. Good wishes, blessings to everyone. These blessings will come back to you umpteen times. Okay? Okay. Om Shanti. Thank you very much. Mona, I take this opportunity to invite my brothers and sisters to Bharat, to India. Maybe with the help of Sister Mona and Sister Pavitra, you can make a visit to India. How many of you have visited India? Okay. India is not as rich as Kuwait, but people are good at heart. People are good at heart. So we welcome you, and it would be nice if you bring them.
So big thanks to our senior sister Asha for really sharing these jewels. One thing that really Sister Asha mentioned, and I've been practicing this full stop, something inside us, our ego, who want to justify, it doesn't want to put a full stop, want to put question mark. But really, as she shared, the more we practice, sometimes to put a full stop maybe needs the beginning before few days, then it starts, with hours. And I feel this is the really victory when I can put the full stop quickly. So that's a very beautiful reminder from our sister. We will leave like 5 minutes. If can they ask questions? If they have, yeah. So if anyone has any question, we have few minutes before we do the ending ceremony and to announce for our classes. Anyone has a question, or from tomorrow, no more thinking? All the thinking is controlled. Needs to be, yeah. Whatever she shared needs to be digested now. That's the part. And I just want to mention the retreat place that Asha then mentioned. It's a beautiful retreat just outside Delhi, where you can see actually birds and peacocks, and it has the natural atmosphere and the spiritual atmosphere. So anyone who would like to go, since the invitation is there, we will arrange it for next year. Thank you so much.